And now, introducing your host, LFA.
What's up, brothers? Hope everybody's doing well out there. I got an interesting topic that I want to talk about tonight, so hopefully you'll learn a little something. Hopefully it's an entertaining video. Plus, it's about 95 degrees, and it's a good night to come out here and shoot the shit with you guys, so here we are. Now, I've been gathering information, watching the manosphere and getting feedback from subscribers and viewers, and also speaking with, friends and people that I'm close to in my real life. And it's no secret that modern men are really struggling in the modern dating game, right? And they're struggling with modern women. And it's also no secret why they're struggling, because they feel like they're being taken advantage of in one of these three ways. There's these three major ways. Number one, women treat you like you're a simp, right? This word is always being thrown around nowadays, and what this means is women treat you like they expect for you to bend over backwards for them, like they expect you to comply to their rules and respect them and be generous and all that to them and affectionate to them, but they don't expect to have to reciprocate the same back to you. Right, so that is simping, right? Women expect men to simp for them. Now, number two is women treat you like a trick, meaning, maybe you meet them on the dating apps or you get a girl's number or something like that and you're texting with her and she hits you with her Cash App, like, oh, just in case you want to donate. Or, maybe she hits you with her OnlyFans link, or maybe she treats you like you're a sugar daddy, like you're supposed to take her out and buy her stuff all the time. So that's an example of tricking, right? Now, number three, guys are struggling with the fact that women are able to have a lot of sex with a lot of guys. It's very easy for them to do that, and a lot of them are doing that, right? So women are sleeping with a lot of guys, and no man wants to be with a woman that's sleeping with other guys. You want to be the only man that she's fucking. Like, that is very important, right? Because if she gets pregnant, you want to know you're the daddy. Like, it's just common sense. No man wants to be with a woman that's sleeping with a lot of dudes. Now, all three of these areas are dehumanizing and emasculating, right? All three of these issues are dehumanizing and emasculating to guys. And most guys in the modern dating game are experiencing one of these three, maybe all three of these, on a regular basis. It doesn't matter if you're a high value man, an average man, a low value man. Women are going to throw these things at you on a regular basis. And here's the thing, guys. Here's what I want you to understand. Women do not want you to simp for them. Women do not want you to trick for them, and women do not want you to let them fuck other guys. But if you fail to take ownership over them, they will do it. 100% of the time. Maybe not 100% of the time. 90% of the time, they'll do it 100% of the time. Now, what do I mean by taking ownership over a woman? Well, I want you to think of it like this. You take ownership over your car, right? You fill your car up with gas. You lock your car doors when you leave it. You get oil changes. You give it a good paint job and good rims. You show your car off, but you don't let anybody drive your car, right? That's your car. You claim ownership over your car. Same thing with your cell phone, with your house. You claim ownership over these things, and you protect them, and you take care of them. Well, you have to take ownership over women too, right? I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about one of my first experiences, eye-opening experiences about human nature. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not going to say female nature, because it takes two to tango, right? Sometimes three, sometimes four to tango. It's not just women, it's human nature. So it was my first weekend on a college campus, and I was playing beer pong against some dude and his girlfriend, all right? And I beat him in beer pong, and he drinks a lot of alcohol in a very short span of time, like a lot. And afterwards, I smoke a joint with him, and It was some pretty strong weed. He had a very hard time handling it, and he ends up passing out. Like within like 20 minutes later, he was out. Right? Too much alcohol, too much weed, very quick, in a very short time span, and he passed out. About 15 minutes later, I walk into a room and his girlfriend is sitting on a bed on her stomach in a bra and panties, and she smiles and waves at me like inviting me onto the bed with her, and I end up having sex with her. All right. Now, I'm not telling you this story to like brag about having sex with this girl or winning a beer pong game or something like that. What I want you to understand is, me as an individual, I've never really put myself in my shoes in that situation, and it pops in my head all the time. But I do put myself in that other guy's shoes regularly. Say, where did this guy go wrong? What happened there to cause his girlfriend to fuck some other dude? Did she want to do it? Or did he just, somehow, did he almost encourage that? Is it his fault? I don't know. But in order to make sure that that doesn't happen to me, I have to put myself in his shoes and say, what would I have done in that situation? In that situation, if it was me and my girlfriend standing there and he beat me in a game of beer pong, and then I smoked a joint and I felt like I was about to pass out, I would look at my girlfriend and I would say, grab the keys, we gotta fucking go. And there's multiple reasons for that. I am not going to pass out at a party. I'm just not gonna do it. Grab the keys, we gotta fucking go. I'm not gonna leave my girlfriend there unattended around a bunch of, drunk college-age guys. You don't know what could happen. She could be assaulted. She could be raped. She could be whatever. A lot of things could happen. So I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to tell her, grab the fucking keys. We need to go. That's claiming ownership. That's not just falling back and being like, oh, well, I trust her to be a good girl. Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. Okay? You got to claim ownership. So anyways, that's one example. Now, if you're a guy that is being treated like you're a simp, women are treating you like you need to be affectionate, you need to bend over backwards for them, but they don't have to reciprocate it back to you. You got to understand who you are. Think about it. No man wants to go through that. And a man that knows who he is not going to accept that. So you have to create some sort of framework of ownership. And you have to say, look, if you're going to be in this relationship, I need you to reciprocate this back to me. Otherwise, this is not working. And that's the framework that you need to create. And you need to walk if she doesn't do it. No woman is turned on or excited by a man that has no mental framework and just lets a woman walk all over him. She's not turned on by that. She doesn't want you to simp for her. She wants you to stand up for yourself and take ownership of her in the relationship and lead the way. Now, in terms of tricking, if you're a guy, and a lot of guys go through this, and I really want to get this through to you guys. A lot of guys are on these dating apps, and women are posting their Cash App. Like, if you want to continue talking to me, you got to pay me on the Cash App. If you want to continue talking to me, you got to subscribe to the OnlyFans. If you want to go out with me, you need to buy me something or give me some money. Here's the problem with this issue, guys, and I want you to understand this. We all go through it. High value guys, average guys, low value guys. We all experience women like this. But here's the deal. You have to take ownership of this situation. If you allow her to have ownership of this situation, guess what? She's going to dehumanize you, and you're going to dehumanize her. She's turning herself into a prostitute, and she's turning you into a trick. That's if you follow her framework. That's unacceptable. That's bad for both of you. And she doesn't want that. You don't want that. So you got to claim ownership of the situation. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to let her know that you are looking for a relationship. You are looking for something with potential. You are looking for a potential wife. So if you follow your framework and your ownership, you're a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. Maybe a mother and a father, something of that nature. If you follow her framework in that situation, you're just a trick and a prostitute. You got to be smart here. You got to claim ownership of this situation every single time. The next time a girl hits you with a Cash App, the next time a girl hits you with the OnlyFans or treats you like you're a sugar daddy, hit her with that immediately. Just bam, waste no time and hit her with that. Let her know, I'm not a trick and I didn't think you were a prostitute. Use those words. And, maybe she wants to be a prostitute. Maybe that's what she is. And if that's what she is, accept her for who she is and accept that you're better than her and you got to move along. Don't fall in love with this fantasy of who you want her to be. If she's a hooker, she's a hooker. Doesn't mean you have to be a trick. So that's what you do in that situation. Now, if a woman is a woman that wants to be promiscuous and she wants to fuck a lot of guys, you got to put your fucking foot down, because that is absolutely unacceptable. You got to tell her straight up. Men and women are different. Men can be madly in love with women, respect them to the core, be willing to die for a woman, and still fuck other women, because there's no emotional connection there. And I'm not saying that you should do that. If you want to be a faithful guy, you're a man of God or whatever, then you should be faithful. But men and women, sex is different from men and women. When a woman fucks a guy, she develops an emotional connection to that guy. And anybody that tells you different either has extremely weak dick game, or they are terrible in terms of their personality. They're just weak ass dudes. I have been with women that have been married and open relationships. I've been with women that claim all they want is a one night stand. I've been with all different types of women. After you fuck them, they want something serious every single time, no matter what they tell you. So a woman has to understand that. And if she's going to be with you, she can't be running around fucking other dudes. If she does, the relationship's toast. There's no room for that shit. So you got to put your foot down in that way too. And it's really that simple. These are all examples of you taking ownership of the relationship, right? A lot of guys, they don't quite understand this idea of taking ownership, because ownership sounds oppressive. That's because the perverted, delusional Hollywood version of ownership is oppressive, right? They have the movie where the guy is like this jealous, overbearing, abusive asshole that just like treats a woman like shit, and eventually she meets some beta nerd simp that lets her do whatever she wants, and she ends up falling in love with that guy, and she runs off with the simp. It doesn't work like that in real life. Never has, never will. Don't expect it to. You need to claim ownership over a woman if you want it to work. Now, if she's a woman of God and you're a man of God, it will happen naturally. If you practice semen retention, you will learn to attract women who are women of God. You'll learn to attract women that are willing to comply and understand it's man over woman, woman over child. It's God over man, man over woman, woman over child, I should say. Now, if you don't practice semen retention, you're probably not going to get this. It's going to be very difficult for you, because you're still trapped in the porn addiction, the sex addiction, and you're likely to get taken advantage of by women because they see this addiction and they realize how easy it is to take advantage of you. And you need to understand that you can't worship money and God at the same time. You can't worship women and God at the same time. And you can't worship yourself and God at the same time. You got to put God first if you want it to work out. It's great. It's awesome to make money. It's awesome to have a beautiful woman in your life. It's awesome to feel good about yourself. But you can't worship those things and worship God at the same time. You got to pick one or the other. And if you pick God, the shit will fall into place. Excuse my language. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. That's the way I talk. And I'm down in Tulsa. They cuss a lot down here too. So that's just the way it is. But, that's kind of a little bit of framework for you guys to understand. Now, Remember, women only take advantage of men who fail to take ownership. Women do not want you to simp for them. They do not want you to trick for them. They do not want you to let them fuck other guys. But 90% of women will do this to 100% of men if men fail to take ownership. Hope this video was somewhat informative. Go ahead and cut this one off now, but yeah, hopefully you guys learned a little something. And that's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.